next level scam detectors, futuristic laptops, car audio that'll make you cry in a good way, plus AI powered lawnmowers and vacuums straight out of the Jetsons. It is all at CES 2025. And tech guru Jennifer Jolly's been there and has brought us some cool stuff. And what do you have for us today? Where do you want to start?
Well, overarching takeaway here this year, tech leaders are going all in on AI accelerated futures filled with real world robots, self-driving cars, and AI agents that will get so advanced they're going to make Siri look like an old dial-up telephone. So I keep thinking, who is looking out for us in all of this? Well, I just found that McAfee just unveiled a new scam detector service here. Basically, it runs nonstop in the background of all your devices, scrutinizing every single thing coming in. It analyzes emails, texts, and videos to stop and flag potential scams in real time. Then they'll send you an instant notification to say, hey, do not respond to that one. Here's why, and here's how to make sure that you don't get duped in the future. Now, if you think about it, the average American gets about 12 scam messages every single day and loses nearly $1,400 to online scams. Because of all these AI advancements that are empowering so many gadgets and so many of us, well, it emboldens those scammers too. So I was really happy to see this one.
Yeah, no, very important. And we can expect to see more of these scams in the future. So what about a rollable laptop? How does that work?
We have it right here. This is the absolute showstopper of this entire show. It's Lenovo's ThinkBook Plus Gen 6 Rollable at a touch of a button. You just saw me do it right there. The screen rises up and gives you an extra 2.7 inches, a 50% increase from 14 to 16.7 inches in scrollable space there. It's like having an entire second screen attached to your take everywhere gadget, but one that glides down and tucks behind the keyboard whenever you don't really need it. It lets you work on dual screens there. And again, when you think about it, it makes so much sense with the web more suited to tall, narrow smartphone screens than ever, giving a laptop a taller display. Absolute no-brainer. And bonus, it's more ergonomic too. No more tech neck staring down at that screen all day. This is expected to land early this year for a price of about $3,500, again, expected for something so new, so novel, and so helpful.
Yeah, well, that was my first thought was dual screens. You could do so much more on a larger screen. So, okay, so let's talk a little bit about car audio that can make you cry. Explain what that's all about.
That was totally unexpected and an absolute major highlight here for me. It was experiencing Dolby Atmos sound in a brand new Cadillac Optic electric SUV. Now, I've never heard music that way outside of a professional studio, and now it's coming to several new vehicles near you. Seriously, Jane, it blew me away. It's like you're, there I am. That's my version of carpool karaoke right there. I feel like I heard new parts of songs I've listened to hundreds of times, but I had never heard a chorus or a line or the music in that way before. The average American spends nearly 40,000 hours driving in their lifetime. It's the #1 place most people listen to music. Why have we not been able to hear it in the best possible way before? This new Dolby integration just blew me away. I mean, with tears, chills, it was ridiculous.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. Now, as you mentioned, AI seems like it's in everything, and now even lawnmowers.
Yeah, the smart cleaning bots making headlines here. Talk all this week. Mammotion's new Luba 2 AWD series uses advanced AI vision to mow your yard like a pro right out of the box. No boundary wires, no giant learning curve or complicated setup. You pair its app on your smartphone to map your yard, set your preferences, and go to work on up to 2.5 acres. But thanks especially to its really unique all-wheel drive system, it can also see and avoid obstacles. It handles 80% of slopes. It's kind of like four-wheel drive on your car. It can even duck under trees and cut along edges where other robot mowers get totally stuck. It can just do so much more. Pre-sale on this one just started. And then, of course, speaking of smart robots, one more to talk about here. Should I Go right ahead with that one.
Because this is for the living room, right? So
yeah, and I got so excited, I just kept going.
No,
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Narwhal just announced a new flagship RoboVac here called the Flow that cleans closer to walls and corners with a track-driven mop pad that extends to reach the edge of walls while also using dual water tanks to keep that mop clean and remove any of that brackish water. There's also an anti-tangle side brush that gets into corners and a brush cover that sits closer to the ground to add extra suction to surfaces like carpet. This launches in June. Price tag? Well, it's incredible. Just under $1,700. Does away with your need to vacuum. So I think it's worth it.
It might be worth every penny, actually. So,
yeah.
Jennifer, you have brought us such interesting and great items from CES this year. Where can somebody go and find out all of these items that you've showcased?
Yeah, and you can see like there's so much more here to talk about. So be sure to check out my website, techish.com. Follow me at USA Today. Online, it's usatoday.com/tech, or just read me if you still get that good old-fashioned newspaper. And my Instagram is where you're going to see my first hands-on with so many things, kind of all the jaw-dropping. We've got a solar-powered car. We've got a spoon that tricks your tongue into thinking that you're eating salt when you're not. A gadget that talks to your plants and takes care of them. No more killing plants. Amazing massage shoes over here. It's just incredible stuff going on.
Oh my gosh, that all sounds like something I could use. So Jennifer, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Been great to hear from you this week from CES.
Thank you. Been my absolute pleasure.